Here's my Spark Gap Tesla Coil version 2.0. I'll run you through it real quick. 7,500 volt 30 milliamp NST. There's the coil assembly. Primary is 2 3/4 turns of 10 gauge copper solid wire. The secondary is 510 turns of 29 gauge copper enameled wire. 3/4 inch top load with a breakout point of approximately 2.5 inches. Single fixed spark gap. Set the fire at slightly less than the normal open circuit voltage, so I'm not going to allow any resonant rise here. Have a fan there. It's just blowing the other direction towards the MMC behind it. It's just to suck out any gases, so there's no quenching problems. RF ground. Gone out to a dedicated ground line, not mains ground. That's just a discharge wand. That's the discharge wand holder. Fancy, I know. The bunch of white cylinders in the back is called a MMC capacitor, and essentially it is a fine-tuned assembly of many, many small capacitors to handle the enormous amount of energy that this circuit uses and produces. In the middle is a bleeder resistor that prevents the capacitors from holding a lethal charge. With this on, it is completely safe to touch 3 seconds after the power has been disconnected. I also have built in a couple safeties, such as junction points where I can break off the primary circuit. If I clip this to there, it shorts out the capacitors and disconnects it from the primary circuit, and I can just set up like normal using the normal voltage. That's completely safe. There's no hazard that way. Same thing back there with that one. For those who don't know what a Tesla coil does, it basically takes a high voltage power, which is being supplied by this, and then ramps it up 100,000 times. That's on a good one. This one only gets about 85 times increase in voltage. But it also ramps up the frequency, and this is the important part. See, right now this works on 60 Hertz, 60 cycles, just like the mains line. Now, once it gets through the circle and starts coming up there, it's at a little over 1 megahertz, or the equivalent of an AM broadcast station. And at that frequency, the power can jump out into the air, ionize the gas, make channels called streamers, and they dance around, and it also transmits power. Now, this one wasn't designed really to transmit power very well because it's so small, but I can still show you the effect with an unplugged CFL here. And these aren't the best for it. A plain evacuated tube or gas tube works better, but this will do. So let's fire it up. Now, just a warning, it is very loud.